guys know this one already, especially if you've been following the Reggae Boys religiously, Jamaica men's senior team football religiously. You should know this one already. So I don't want to be a negative Nancy and I don't want to rain on your parade and remind you of the bad times. But the FIFA 2026 Men's World Cup is only weeks away. And what we already know is that Jamaica will be on the outside looking on. And let's just remind ourselves that this was the easiest, without a doubt, the easiest qualification pathway in history. Yet still, in true Jamaica fashion, we squandered it from top to bottom. The truth, too many people clocked in, but never locked in. My followers, before I forget my manners, good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning, or depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. Before we get onto the meat of the matter, I am going to try and speed things up a little bit for you guys. I've gone a little bit earlier than usual, only because I'm feeling tired and I want to get into the swing of doing things at a reasonable time for myself and for you guys as well. But as I said, before we get into the meat of the matter, let's look at some football results elsewhere. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, do let me know in the comments section. Good luck. Go say good luck. Someone else has actually ran into my mind, Justin. I should say good evening to yourself. I hope you're well. Q Esquilch. How do I pronounce your name? I butchered that one. I do apologize. Big ups to you anyways. And Renato, big ups to you also. Cranky, big ups to you also in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Cranky Sports. I'm pretty sure the man don't need an introduction. Just cast your eyes on his name in the comment section. Click on his name and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to his channel. So where do we start? Where do we start, guys? I reckon we should start with the FA Cup. It was the FA Cup weekend, and let me know how you feel about this one, because maybe it's just me. It's probably just me being a little bit grumpy, and I don't think it's me being petty at all, but it's one of those occasions there where, I will say first and foremost, before I forget my manners, congratulations to Manchester City, because they are now the FA Cup winners once more. It's nothing uncommon to them. I think I should take myself off screen and make that one a little bit bigger so you guys can see out there. I don't want the City fans to feel like I'm doing them a little bit dirty. So let me remove myself quickly. So let's just look at that. Manchester City, they are the champions, and they defeated Chelsea on Saturday, and that was a delightful goal from Semenyo. It made it something special, didn't it? And special we got. That was a special goal. That is one of the best goals scored in the FA Cup, and that's from a neutral. Is that factual? Do let me know in the comment section. But going back to what I said, the FA Cup. How did you guys feel about the FA Cup? Do let me know in the comment section, because for me, it kind of feels as if it's lost its magic a little bit. Feels like it's lost a little bit of its spark. Let's remind ourselves that it is the oldest national football competition in the world. But even with such illustrious history, I love the FA Cup. Don't even go there. Don't even say, of course, you would. It's the trophy Arsenal's won the most. No, that has nothing to do with it. I just have had some wonderful memories of the FA Cup. Wonderful memories indeed. And I will be sounding like a bit of a broken record with this one. My favorite memory of the FA Cup was from I think it was the 2014 calendar year, where Arsenal came back from being 2 goals down at Wembley against Hull City, and it was through a Santi Cazorla free kick, delightful free kick. And I told you guys this story already. Let me tell you again, because it's one of my favorite footballing stories to tell. I was in a pub outside Highbury and Islington train station. If you're familiar with Highbury and Islington, you know as soon as you come out, there's a pub right there on your right. And so I went in there with a friend, and we're there looking and thinking, damn, we're 2 goals down. We know the story already. We know the newspaper headlines. Arsenal's done it again. Arsenal's crumbled. Everyone and their grannies laughing at us, and up steps Santi Cazorla, and he up that one right into the top corner. Delightful free kick. And there goes me. I went up in the air. I don't know who the hell threw me up in the air, but someone threw me up in the air. I'm light as a bloody feather. So that didn't take much of a muscle to throw me up in the air. But that was a wonderful moment. Not because I was flung in the air, but because of the free kick from Santi. And also Arsenal went on to end in our trophy drought. And I have definitely enjoyed the FA Cup. I've had fun memories of the FA Cup, but of late, and it's nothing to do with my club not being in the finals or anything like that. But I just feel like it's lost its spark. Do you let me know what you guys make of that in the comment section? I mean, even the game itself, it just kind of feel a little bit dead. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because I mean, even if I was at Wembley, I kind of feel like this feeling would still be the same because Wembley is one of those. Big ups to Wembley and the stadium, but the energy, Wembley don't have that vibes. Like Wembley is not a vibesy stadium. No disrespect. If you've been there, you should understand what I mean by that. No disrespect, but let me focus on Manchester City for the time being, right? Big ups to Manchester City. Big ups to Miss Rochelle Brown. Also, big ups to Panda Farm and more. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Panda Farm and more. So that is 2 trophies in their back pocket. They did beat Mikel Arteta Arsenal in the first trophy of the season, the Carabao Cup. They beat Arsenal in the final again at Wembley to secure their first trophy of the season. So now they have 2 trophies in their cabinets, and it's not just them really and truly. I'm pretty sure you guys know how this one's panning out. Cock your ears if you're a Manchester United fan, because in the derby of the FA Cup for the U18s, it was the blue half of Manchester that came up triumphant. They defeated their biggest rivals, Manchester United. So congratulations to Manchester City's U18s. The boys there went ahead and defeated Manchester United to the FA Youth Cup. We do have a possible another trophy on the horizon there for Manchester City where the women's team is concerned. Let's also remind ourselves that on the 31st of May, so 1 week away, it will be Brighton and Hove Albion taking on Bonishaw's Manchester City in the final of the FA Women's Cup. So they might be doing a bit of a clean sweep, an Olympic clean sweep there. Best of luck to them. And it is looking good there for Manchester City. If you're in Manchester, if you're swinging by England and you're going to be in and around Manchester area and you do support Manchester City, once dubbed the noisy neighbors, they're no longer the noisy neighbors, they're definitely the landlord. I tell you that much. Sorry, Manchester United fans, but you can't argue with facts. Now, as I said, if you're in Manchester, towards the ending of this month, I should say. This is what it says over on the Manchester City's official X account, formerly known as Twitter, to mark the achievement of our men's, women's, and academy teams during the 2025 and 2026 season. We can confirm that an open bus parade will take place on Monday, the 25th of May. There's also going to be a little after party, so if you fancy shaking your leg, go ahead and book yourself into the after party. You're probably going to be seeing Elite Sports TV over there in Nakada Media House, because we know that they're going to be chanting psalms between now and next week, hoping and praying that Arsenal don't do the unthinkable. The nightmare that they all are hoping and praying don't come to fruition might come to fruition in 2 games' time. I don't think they need any plug there when we talk about Elite Sports TV and the Cloud Media House. But hey, if you've never heard of them, you might be living under a rock. Do take your time out to like, share, and subscribe to them. And a man, for me, I can't wait to see the back of him. Man United fans, I know you can't wait to see the back of him. And you know what? Good for you. Now you know how it feels to be bullied. This is how Arsenal fans felt when we had to deal with the demon that is Sir Alex Ferguson. By the way, I hope that the big man is in good health and I hope that he has recovered well. So Pep, there's been a lot of talk about whether Pep Guardiola will step aside this season. It's keeping tight-lipped, but there is some little whispers here and there in the media. Despite what he said in the lead up to the FA Cup final, it does seem as if he's going to be walking away. But with the trophies won so far this season, it says here, trophies won by Premier League teams since Pep Guardiola joined Manchester City. City with 20, Liverpool with 9, Chelsea with 8, United with 5, 5 apiece with Arsenal. They got something in common. Good for them. And that is how we're looking there with Pep Guardiola. I know you lot can't wait to see the back of him. Look, arguably the greatest ever, but I, for one, cannot wait to see the back of Pep Guardiola. That doesn't mean I am in the clear running for lifting the trophy with no troubles next season. Of course, we know that some reinforcement there where Chelsea is concerned. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the reinforcement where Chelsea is concerned. Probably one of my favorite pictures of the weekend here. You can see the captain, Bunny Shaw, here biting onto her medal. Talk about Bunny Shaw winning the WSL crown recently, didn't we? I think we spoke about that some days ago. My memory is so fogged at times, but we definitely, I'm sure we spoke about it. Correct me if I'm just capping. If we didn't, I do apologize, Man City fans. In my head, we did. You got Bunny Shaw there with the 2026 champions jersey there, Manchester City. Finally dethroned the stubborn blue half of London that is Chelsea. Now they are the current reigning champions of the WSL title. And we spoke about Bunny Shaw. We're going to speak about Bunny Shaw, perhaps on a separate show, talk about some more transfer stuff there with Bunny Shaw. But for the time being, this is how they are looking. Buying onto the winners medal. Hopefully, we can talk about some winners medal later on in the show where the Reggae Girls are concerned. But continuing on with the show, Chelsea, in case you guys are living under the rock, Chelsea Football Club is delighted to announce the appointment of Xabi Alonso as the manager of the men's team. The Spaniard will begin his role on July 1st, 2026, having agreed a 4-year contract at Stamford Bridge. Welcome to Chelsea. Xabi Alonso, is he bang on the money to cause some trouble for the 2026-2027 Premier League trophy? Who do you think is going to come out on top with that one? Do you think it's going to be the slot machine? Is the slot machine still broken? Let me know in the comment section if the slot machine is still broken, because I realize from some people start say elite. Maybe it's just an odd coincidence. But them start say elite. Every time when I look at the Premier League results, guess what? It's another defeat. So make go and look at the Premier League results and see what the Premier League results saying before we move on to the meat of the matter. Let me take myself off screen because you guys can't see that clearly. So let's got the Premier League results this week. It's Premier League result. More games to come over the next 2 days or so. Latest results you can backtrack from today earlier on. The earlier kickoff, United beating Forest 3-2, followed by a 1-1 against Wolves and Fulham. Sunderland defeated Everton 3-1. Brighton walked away. Leeds, I should say, my apologies. Away with a cheeky 1-0 victory over Brighton. It was a 2-2 draw in the London derby there between Brentford and Crystal Palace. And West Ham fans, you lot must be putting your head through the wall, innit? They lost 3-1 against Newcastle. But let's just go ahead and look at the rest of the results there, because like I said, from some people talk about elite, them team start get defeats. This one was Friday night football. I haven't really heard from a certain Mr. Jackson. I don't know why he keeps ignoring my message. I kind of feel like him and the edit boss, they have it in their little mind that if they ignore me and Arsenal go on to win in the lead, that's supposed to stop me from calling them. You can run, but you cannot hide. Wherever you are, I will find you. You can ignore the calls. You can ignore the texts. You can ignore me all you want. You better huddle up on your psalms that you all have been chanting, because if my team secure maximum points over the next 2 games, I will be making phone calls. Make no mistake about that. Same goes for Goal Time Dolphins, Mr. Kadeem Simmons. You can ignore me all you want. Tajon Hutton, you can ignore me all you want. You better bow down on your knees and pray to God that Arsenal don't end their title drought where the Premier League is concerned. And hopefully football gods is kind to us and let us win the Champions League. But anyway, let's go back to elite. Aston Villa tuck them in like crushed clothes, fold them up. 4-2 was the end result. Now this one actually had me quite shocked. I was shocked to death with this one. I had it all along that the reigning Premier League champions secured their spot in champagne football for next season. I just thought, being that they are the current reigning champions of the Premier League, that they would have secured Champions League football already. But to my reading, that's not the case. To my reading, they're going to be relying on one of their biggest rivals, the team that has been a pain in the ass for them. The team that has been the pain in the ass for them, Manchester City. They're going to be hoping that Manchester City can handle business in their game on Tuesday. I believe they're playing against Bournemouth. But right now, elite, as they sat in fifth. Aston Villa sit in fourth. Aston Villa, Man United, serious clubs handling serious business. If we look at the Premier League table, elite. You've got the reigning Premier League champions there, Liverpool. They're in fifth right now, and you've got Bournemouth on their heels. They're going to be hoping and praying that Bournemouth lose their next match so that they can confirm their Champions League, put their one hand into Champions League football. That's quite something, I tell you. But it is what it is. Right now, it looks like they're drinking Capricen football, no Champions League football right now. It hasn't been confirmed. And you know who else isn't a happy bunny apart from elite? It is the Egyptian king. The Egyptian king isn't a happy bunny. But like I said, let's click on that one. So the next game there for Bournemouth, as I said, is going to be Tuesday. They're going to be taking on Manchester City at home. I'm sure you guys are going to be watching that one. But the Egyptian king, I like the fact that Salah speaks with his chest. I appreciate a player that can speak with their chest. I love it. People are probably going to say, oh, he's only saying that now because he's leaving. Say whatever you want to say, my friend. Nevertheless, the man speaks with his chest. So it does say here, before we move on to the meat of the matter, this is a quote here from a post here from Mohamed Salah, Liverpool's arguably greatest ever legend. Argue with that if you must. And this one, I believe, came after their latest defeats at the hands of Unai Emery and Aston Villa. And it does read as follows: I have witnessed this club go from doubters to believers, and from believers to champions. It took hard work, and I always did everything I could to help the club get there. Nothing makes me prouder than that. Us crumbling to yet another defeat this season was very painful and not what our fans deserve. I want to see Liverpool go back to being the heavy metal attacking team that opponents fear, and back to being a team that wins trophies. That is the football I know how to play, and that is the identity that needs to be recovered and kept for good. It cannot be negotiable, and everyone that joins this club should adapt to that. He's throwing some shots there, in it. I agree with him. They've gone from playing heavy metal attacking football to playing completely mental football. Big ups to Elite Sports TV. Elite. Another defeat. Big up yourself. Winning some games here and there is not what Liverpool should be about. All teams win games. Liverpool will always be a club that means a great deal to me and to my family. I want to see it succeed for long after I have moved on. As I've always said, qualifying to next season's Champions League is the bare minimum. I will do everything I can to make that happen. So they got their last game coming up there, and they're going to be doing everything in their power, Mohamed Salah said, sir, to make sure that they secure some Champions League football, some champagne football. Right now, let me just clear that up. Salah will not be having no champagne because we know that he does not drink alcohol. He's a devoted Muslim. All right, so let's just clear that one up, make that one crystal clear. I think I do need to move on to the meat of the matter. Before I do so, big up you guys there in the comment section. I will be bringing up your comments soon. I'm a little bit pressed for time. I also will be opening my phone lines for you guys to join me if you feel you're in the mood to join me. Please do go ahead and do so. So let's just go ahead and move on quickly with the meat of the matter. Do you like my thumbnail? Let me know what you guys make of my thumbnail. So ahead and put this thumbnail on screen there for you guys. You guys should be able to see this one. You can see it. Maybe we need to come back out so you guys can see that one clearly. Hopefully you can. If you can't hear me in the comment section, do let me know. All right. But I think we're all good in that regard. Let me go ahead and play this one. Keep that one playing in the background. So let's move on to the meat of the matter. All right. As I said, if it gets to a point where you guys can't hear me, do let me know in the comment section. What I want to do, and I was putting together tonight's show, one of the things that really, really kept on bothering me was the bare minimum when it comes to both the men's team and the women's team, right? So do bear that in mind. The meat of the matter does focus on clocking in and locking in. I'll allow you guys to decide who does it best. All right. So let me go ahead and remove myself once more. So as I said, one of the things that really was pressing my mind as I was putting the show together is the bare minimum. I know when it comes to the women's team, I do speak about the bare minimum, and I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm firm with my opinion, and I'm going to give that to you guys respectfully. All right, irrespective of. So let's talk about the absolute bare minimum expected of our national teams. I want you guys to tell me in the comment section because I have my own opinion, and like I said, I stand firm on my opinions. Let's start off with the queens of the Caribbean, where football is concerned. For the women's senior national team, the bare minimum, I will say it again, the bare minimum can no longer be World Cup qualification. I think the time has come for the Jamaica Football Federation to transition into sincerely supporting the Reggae Girls with the same exact institutional backing and resources traditionally reserved to the men's team. Our administrative standard must now match their on-field ambition, and I should also say their historical, their achievements over the last two World Cup cycles, round of 16 in their back pockets, two back-to-back World Cup qualifications on the trot. We should be actively equipped in this team to win the CONCACAF Women's Championship, to conquer the Gold Cup, to climb Olympic gold, or I should say to claim, my apologies, to claim Olympic gold, climbing the medal table, that is, climbing the podium, I should say, and to also stand at the top of the Nations League. Because looking ahead, we all know where this one is going. After 2027, we have 2031 in sight. So the ultimate target must be clear. By 2031, we should be not building. I'm not even going to say we should be building. By 2031, we should have already built a squad capable of winning the FIFA Women's World Cup. But we can also pause and look at their male counterparts, and I can ask the same question, and you guys can answer that one in the comment section. We pivot and look at their male counterparts. What is the bare minimum for the Reggae Boys? Because I think it's safe to say in football, conventional wisdom dictates that you must creep before you can run. And you can say that in any walk of life. Yet, looking at the structural state of the men's program, it frequently feels as though our administration, I should say, is attempting to reverse the laws of nature. So basically, demanding elite finishes on a foundation that, dare I say, struggles or hasn't even learned how to crawl respectfully. Not sure how that might sound to some of you, but this is my opinion. You don't have to take it in, you don't have to run with it. But as I said, I stand firm with my opinion. So I'm pretty much at a junction where I am asking the federation and I am asking the stakeholders directly. Let us know what is the bare minimum. Because from where the fans sit, even the baseline standard has been completely lost. And some people probably argue and say that there is no standard. I'm not really here to argue with that, but I definitely think when it comes to the women's team, standard is completely lost. And it's time for the president, Michael Ricketts, to enforce some standards. Don't go for the low hanging fruits. Set this team up for success. This is the golden generation, and the golden generation to deserve, I'm going to keep on saying it, deserves to lift a trophy or few. Now, when we stick to the meat of the matter, it's a conversation that we've had time and time again when you talk about hype over substance. So in my opinion, in my professional estimation, Jamaican football is currently running on hype with very little substance to back it up. And I have to take the reggae girls out of that one for a brief period. Take them to the side out of that one because football is a results game. And one thing about the reggae girls, whereas yes, there is some improvements there that needs to be made, but I've said it before. What style of football does the reggae girls play? They play results football. Football is a game of results, despite the obvious. It is incredibly concerning to see sections of both traditional and new media turning a blind eye to these systematic sporting issues, seemingly because holding the line of accountability doesn't fit a particular narrative. Now, taken for granted, we can argue that everyone deserves chance at redemption. That can be said with any given thing. Any 9 to 5, any sports, whatever, you can say that everyone deserves a chance at redemption. But when the same institutional patterns of the past are forever present, when the past is still present, it is my view that substantial or sustainable success will always be entirely out of reach. And again, I am looking at the men's team more so than the women's team. Even though I have my own gripe when it comes to the support, the lack of support given to the women's team, clearly doesn't align with their male counterparts. The institutional failure, I should say, from where I sit, and perhaps some of you either disagree or maybe you even agree. I think it's safe to say that we're at a point now where we're looking at this and say that there is a genuine need for a top to bottom administrative overhaul. Because when we look at things from the past to the present, we can say that the Jamaica Football Federation, where the presidency is concerned, so the JFF presidency, respectfully, in my opinion, operates like a leopard that simply cannot change its spots. Furthermore, on the sporting evidence available, let me say that again, the sporting evidence available, ruled of speed, greatest of respect to him, in my opinion, does not appear to be the appropriate fit for the permanent head coach role. Right? So this collective leadership, in my opinion, is failing to provide the direction required to properly represent our country or advance our football on the global stage. So when we're looking at things from the executive, where the echelon of the Jamaica Football Federation is concerned, so those in the high power, the high seats, the driving seats of the Jamaica Football Federation, down to the technical staff and subsequently onto the field of play, it feels as though too many individuals are merely clocking in to fulfill a baseline obligation or treating the national duty like a social engagement rather than locking in to deliver. And again, I put the reggae girls to the side for that one. Because when it comes to the two clocking in and locking in, I think it's quite clear to see who is doing what. When it comes to locking in to deliver the excellence that Jamaica demands, it's quite clear to identify who is locking in and giving the nation the excellence that the fans demand and the excellence that the fans deserve. Right? And of course, when we're talking about clocking in and locking in, the blueprint of success, I think it's safe to say it's been shown to the world. It's been shown to the world. When we look at the contrast, when I bring the reggae girls back into the conversation and I look at them as a collective, and I will say this, and I know some people are going to be up in arms and foaming up the mouth. I could not care less. A massive share of their historic achievements, their trajectory can be directly attributed to the vision and the backing of the Bob and Rita Marley Foundation. Obviously, we know that that was led by Sedella Marley. You really can't talk about clocking in and locking in. If we're talking about success, you're talking about locking in and what it takes to lock in. You cannot talk about the success of the women's senior national team without paying homage to the Bob and Rita Marley Foundation, again led by Sedella Marley. But guess what? Because I know some people are going to say, but, like some little cigarette. There's no buts here. There's no smoking allowed here. All right? No smoking allowed here. No matter with the but. Burn out the smoking. Guess what? Sedella never once kicked a ball when it comes to this national team. Yet, under that standard of leadership, the women's national team, they are now within touching distance of a third successive World Cup qualification. Yes, the driving force behind said success has still stepped away, but guess what? Her structural blueprint and contribution clearly lives on. That is the definitive contrast. There are levels to administrative and professional focus. And right now, the men's team and the men's setup is missing the mark completely. And I do have to talk about the Unity Cup before I open up the phone lines. Let me talk about the Unity Cup. I was having a wonderful conversation with Richpo Sports. And for some reason, the Unity Cup came up in our conversation. And for me, the Unity Cup feels like a illusion. It feels like an illusion. Big ups to the Unity Cup. I have no qualms with the Unity Cup. But looking ahead of the 2026 Unity Cup in London, it is no wonder there isn't a sincere buzz or genuine appetite for this tournament among the fans. And dare I say, frankly, are we not being hypocrites? Have we no shame? How can we comfortably participate in a tournament celebrated for unity when our own footballing ecosystem is so evidently fractured? When the fan base is disgruntled, the administration is under consistent fire, and the synergy between management and players is completely divided. What are we actually celebrating? Let me know in the comment section. Let's just say we go out there and we wave the flag, and by some chance we lift that trophy. Wouldn't that just symbolize a grand hypocrisy? You cannot win a unity cup when your house is divided from top to bottom. Until we stop clocking in for appearances and start locking in for the badge, any trophy we lift is an illusion, especially when it comes to that male's team. And that is the meat of the matter. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines. Also, let me take a moment to look at what you guys are saying there in the comment section. All right, let me see what you guys are saying there in the comment section. But if you fancy calling in, now is your moment to do so before I love you and leave you. Let's go ahead and see what you guys are saying in the comment section. All right, I think I had a message earlier on. Okay, let me bring myself back up on screen. I think I had a message that just came through to my phone, so let me go ahead and check that. I can't tell which phone just went off. So one of my phones went off. I think it's probably the one that I can't even use. Let's go ahead. I don't know. I had a message that just came through on my phone. Okay. Right. Let me just I think they've messaged me on the wrong phone, which I don't have full access to. Okay, let's see something. All right, so you can go ahead and phone in. All right, so I just had a message, but I can't actually return your message on that phone because I have no use of that phone. So let me go ahead and see if I can do something my end instead, because I cannot message you back, my friend. I do apologize for that. Let's go ahead and see. All right, let me turn my attention to what you guys are saying there in the comment section. Big ups to you guys there in the comment section. DC, big ups to you in the comment section. Good afternoon, DC. I hope you are well. DC is giving a shout out to Cranky. I think that's the. All right, let me see if you guys can hear my caller. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna have to call him back. Let's see if you guys can hear my caller. All right. Before I close off, I will return the. I'm gonna mention you guys in the comment section. Just gonna return a call. Let me know if you guys can hear my caller. Okay. I'm just returning a phone call before I close off on the show. Sir Rich, how are you? How you doing? Happy Sunday.
And I was about to give you a call on the back mobile line, the back line. I just threw a message or two. We're in synergy here. Yes,
We're in synergy. That's good. I hope the guys in the comment section can hear you. Let me know in the comment section if you can hear Sir Rich Ram. That's from Richburg Sports. All right, guys, in the comment section. Relying on you guys to let me know if you can hear Sir Rich. Continue.
This is not pick up coming. It was hard to pick up if this tournament was going to take place, but you've touched on a topic which you're clearly on fire about. I've got a couple of views. I'm sure the views and subscribers have got their own views on the matter. And I wanted to speak.
Of course, the floor is all yours. The floor is all yours, my friend. Go ahead.
Mr. Since being introduced to Jamaican football, 2020 European Championships in England, to Manchester Fairgap, Southgate, understand about England, soccer, this Russian business. It was a really hotbed of football, and some issues raised their heads. I got introduced to Jamaican football. Since 2020, let me put this to you. Jamaican football has got its challenges and opportunities. The Jamaican diaspora football is from Kamara Bell. Some players that I represent Jamaica, but also we got the JPL players who not had the opportunity to take advantage of the quality coaching in England, the quality facilities, the training regimes, the academies. There are challenges and opportunities. If I put it to you that there's always going to be that clash, I don't know if it comes to smaller nations or is Jamaica a unique study. There's going to be some people who are keen on giving Jamaican-born JPL players a showcase, a place, a platform to be exposed, to maybe pick up a contract here or there. Is that the responsibility of a national team? I say no. I'm a Jamaican, and there are challenges and opportunities which are very difficult to balance. Crystal, what say you with regards to the Unity Cup, where no doubt there could be some JPL-based players from certain clubs who maybe are getting a chance to shine, whether they deserve the opportunity or not? We still say we've got Rudolph Speed at the helm as the interim manager. Track record in Caribbean circles. This is international football. Challenges and opportunities. So hard to balance it. Sister Crystal, what say you? What say you, viewers and subscribers? Speak.
Well, do you know what? I just don't have the appetite for it. The appetite just isn't there, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the guys in the comment section or people silently listening, they probably feel the same. But it's just the appetite just isn't there, and I think it's because again, I'm looking at the World Cup, which is going to be kicking off in some weeks time, and I'm still reminded that we're not going to be competing at this summer's World Cup. It's going to be kicking off on June the 11th. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, whereas it would have been great for us to be looking at friendlies for the FIFA Men's World Cup. We're in the Unity Cup, and I don't have no qualms with the Unity Cup. I have nothing bad to say about the tournament itself. It's just that me looking at where we are now and then thinking we were so close. And of course, I don't begrudge Haiti. I don't begrudge Curacao because they're fully deserving of being there. But especially where Curacao is concerned, I'm still just like, I can't believe that you guys did that to us. I can't believe, and it's a collective failure. It's not just one person to blame here. It's a collective failure. Do you understand? It's just like, this is why I'm saying that too many people clock in, not many people are locking in. When it comes to the reggae girls, they lock in. They are locking in. I can't say the same about our male counterparts. And people are going to have different opinions of this. And again, you give this reggae girls Steve McLaren, you're telling me that they're not qualifying for a World Cup with Steve McLaren. Yes, I know there comes times where you have coaching instructions. Yeah, that's part of football. You have coaching instructions, but sometimes like let your cojones hang. Make that decision for the coach. If it's not working, switch it up. Make that decision for yourself. Make that decision. If your coach has given you a specific decision and it's not specific instruction and it is not working, switch it up. Do something to make it count. But they're not letting their cojones hang. They're not letting their cojones hang. And I can't even recall ever seeing that happen. It's just so sad to think so close, yet so far, yet again. And this was the easiest pathway to a World Cup. So it's hard to look at the Unity Cup and what am I supposed to be happy about? We're not unified, as I said, unless you can correct me and tell me, educate me and point me in a different direction. Can you?
Crystal, here's the subscribers. I saw somebody in the comment section saying it wasn't hearing me clearly. It was she, Pagora Sims. Can you hear me, Crystal? I wonder if the subscribers can hear me clearly. I'm speaking a little louder. That helps.
I think he said he's not coming through clear. Let me know in the comment section, Pagari, big up yourself. Let me know in the comment section if you guys can hear Sir Rich, all right? I can hear him, but if you guys can't hear him, that's also more important than me being able to hear him. So continue. I don't hear no one else complaining. So if it continues, so I'm saying, guys, please let me know if you guys can hear Rich Paul, all right? Continue.
The margins in football sometimes they're so slender. Crystal, I think that you are now on a limb here, and you're being a little harsh on the reggae boys who represented locking in versus locking in. Didn't they lock in? They were a post inches away. Crossbar was a hitting crossbar. Kind of martyry. Greg Lee. Are you going to say Greg Lee's not clocking in? Hitting the post. Margins. Someone said that game against Trinidad. Now, there could be some plans for a conjunction of reasoning. That game against Trinidad was an opportunity for 3 points to be grabbed by the proverbials. Instead, it was a solitary point. It all came down to the all-nothing game in the National Stadium.
It says here that you're going in and out here, Sir Rich. So try calling me back again. All right. I'm gonna hang up and then try calling me back. I feel people in the comment section saying that you're coming in and out. So try calling me back, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
All right. Let me just answer what Sir Rich said about am I being harsh? No, I don't think I'm being harsh. I think I'm tired of the disappointments. I think I am being completely tired. I am tired of the disappointments. Like I said, the reggae girls are not supported in the same fashion that the men's team are supported in. So why should I feel sorry for you? Why should I pity you? As the 12th man, you know how it goes when the game is on the horizon. I do my best. I do my best to support the team, best to completely support the team. But if this team isn't supporting me as a fan, I can only speak the way that I see it. I don't think it's being completely harsh, just saying that you're not locking in, because you're not. You're not. There's one team here that locks in, and the team that is locking in is the reggae girls. It is not the reggae boys. So I am not feeling sorry for them, because some of these players don't feel sorry for us. And certain people working for the Jamaica Football Federation, they do not feel sorry for us. So why should I not speak the way that I speak? Who should I feel sorry for? Who should I pity? Who should I baby? Not one person. Not one person. Richard, you're back. Go ahead. Let's see if they can hear you clearly.
I hope that is the case. I'm trying to come in as best I can. But it's an accusation to suggest that the Reggae Boys, in the main, were not locked in. Flying in from Jamaica, from Jamaica back to England, flying in from America.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. What do the reggae girls do? Are they magicians? Do they not fly? Are the reggae girls not based all over the world? Do they not fly? So what is this constant excuse? It's not an accusation. What is the constant excuse when it comes to the reggae boys? What is the constant babying? What is this? This is part of football. This is why I like when the press officer for the women's national team spoke to Alison Swaby, and she had a conversation with her pertaining to what was happening last season with Alison Swaby's club at the time. By the way, congratulations to Crystal Palace. They went down and then they've gone back up. At the time, they were having a bit of a torrid time. It was between a relegation battle last season, between, not the season that just concluded, between Palace and Leicester City. And the press officer, paraphrasing, asked her about the season, just how difficult of a season it's been. And now she's coming to the national team. And she said that there's no excuses. Paraphrasing, there is no excuses. It's part of the game. Part of the game. They're saying that your reception isn't good, Sir Rich. I don't know what's going on, but they're saying that your reception isn't good. But I'm gonna try something my end. Just keep on staying on the line. Don't hang up, okay? Stay on the line. But again, there is no excuses here for the men's team. None whatsoever. This whole excuses of saying they're traveling. I'm sorry, Sir Rich, but that's a feeble excuse. That's a weak excuse.
Let me push back, or rather, let me provide some clarity. My point is that the players, in my opinion, could be said to be locked in because they are committing the Bobby Reeds, the Isaac Haydens, the Danica DeMartins, the Cadamartis. They are giving of their time and energy to represent Jamaica.
And what about the players? And what about the players who are distracted? Are they locking in? Because you know very well, we spoke off air about this. You know very well, I am not talking about a Bobby Reed. I am not talking about a Bailey Kai Kadamateri. You know very well we're not talking about that. So let's try to be focused and let's talk about the conversation that needs to be ironed about. Let's not try and hide in bushes. Let's talk about the conversation for what it is. Because there's no way we can look at this Reggae Boys team, failure after failure, and say that they are locking in. They are not. What about the players who are choosing social life over representing their national team? Are they locking in? Did you not hear what Usain Bolt said? Paraphrasing, they cannot get me to believe in them like that again.
My lord, we're talking about the highest level of international football and qualifying for the World Cup. It's not a cakewalk, as we clearly identify. Curacao left it on the pitch. As far as the reason was concerned, it was harder not to qualify. It was harder not to qualify for this World Cup than to qualify. And yet Jamaica, the Reggae Boys, somehow achieved this. Now, Trinidad and Tobago tried to qualify for the World not for the want of trying. They try to qualify. Dwight, you put the helm.
One second, sir. One second. One second. Someone in the comment section, let me know if you can hear Sir Rich now, okay? Because I've done a little tweak my end. So let me know if you can hear him. He's already hung up and called back in again. I'm not really sure what's going on, but let me know if you can hear him again, okay? Sorry about that, Sir Rich. Continue.
No problem at all. Not easy at the highest level of football. Europe, Italy, have not qualified for the World Cup for the third.
Sir Rich, stop segue in and bringing in countries that's completely irrelevant to Jamaica. All right, we're talking about the reggae girls and the reggae boys here. We're not talking about Italy. We know the story about Italy. We're not talking about none of those other countries. We're talking about reggae boys and reggae girls. Why is it the reggae girls can do it, but the reggae boys can't? That is the focus. That's the focus that we're talking about here.
Right now, about at this moment, let's just put the spotlight on the reggae boys. Why they have not qualified for a freaking.
I don't know why they can't hear you. I don't know why. What's going on? Why they're saying they can't? They can't hear you for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know why. I mean, I can hear you, but I'm not really sure why they can't hear you.
I tell you what, it would be great if somebody else can. I know there was at least a couple of people, at least one person who wanted to phone in. It would be great.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm not really sure. I mean, you're showing up on my system, but DC is saying that she can't hear you. She's saying they can't really hear you, which is a bit of a shame because I am enjoying our conversation, but for some reason they're saying they can't hear you. Let's see something my end. Yeah, everything my end is set up correctly, but I don't know why they can't hear you. They apparently sounded a little bit choppy, which is a little bit of a shame. What do you guys want me to do in the comment section? Do you guys want to try someone else phoning in, or do you want me to continue with Sir Rich? Let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section, okay? I have no way of testing how you sound, Sir Rich, but I'm happy for you to continue, except if they can't hear you, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah, they're saying they can't hear you. I don't know why they can't hear you, Sir Rich. It's a bit weird. You haven't called in. I think it's because you haven't called in such a long time. The system might have forgotten about you there, Sir Rich. They're saying they can't hear you. Can't tell you why they can't hear you, but continue. Let's see if anything changes. Let's give it one more minute. Not sure why you guys can't hear him, but or someone else can try to phone in. I'm not sure if it's the issue is on my end or on Richard's end, but let me see if someone else can phone in. Someone said they wanted the number. I think it was Peter Mystic that asked for the number. So the number is on the screen there in front of you. You do have to do a +44. Obviously, I'm in the UK, so you have to do a +44, and you also have to make sure you do it on YouTube, on WhatsApp. All right. So, yeah, Sir Rich there was talking about a few things about one of the points he made. I'm not sure if you guys heard it, was the traveling for the reggae boys. And if we're going to be talking about players not locking in or players not qualifying for a World Cup because of the traveling, just shut up the shop, because that's a given. You have to travel. You have to travel. Traveling can't be used as a weapon pertaining to why we don't qualify for World Cups. The reggae girls do it. The reggae girls do it, and the reggae girls have been given crumbs after crumbs. They're not supported in the same merit as their male counterparts. So I will not feel sorry for the men's team. You're not locking in. You are not locking in, and the locking in starts from the top. It starts from the top where the administration is concerned. And as I said, trickles down to the coaching staff and subsequently the players themselves. And I've already given the likes of Bailey Taikadamateri and your Bobby Reeds their credit. But if it's just a handful of reggae boys that's trying to take us over the line, guess what? We're not going to get over the line. It's a collective effort. It is a collective. And anyone who watches the reggae boys religiously, I don't need to sit here and say, name out who is locking in and who isn't locking in. It's quite clear and obvious. It's quite clear and obvious. But when, like I said, when you compare the two, the reggae boys and the reggae girls, one is clocking in and the other is locking in. And that goes for the federation as well. It goes for the federation as well. All right. So I'm not here going to be making no excuses for them. I'm not accepting traveling as a reason why you're failing to qualify. I'm not accepting. I watched the game against Curacao. I'm fully aware of what happened. I watched the game. But what about the game against Trinidad and Tobago? If we're putting that down to poor coaching instructions, why didn't you grab the game by the scruff of the neck? Why didn't you grab the game by the scruff of the neck? Because I think if that was the Reggae Girls, they would have grabbed it by the scruff of the neck. I think if we're talking about the Reggae Girls playing against Trinidad and Tobago, even if the coach set them up for a draw, which I don't think any coach would, remarkably, the name eludes me. Then we heard Dwight York paraphrasing, coming up and saying that we knew Jamaica were coming to draw. We knew Jamaica. So even if the gaffer set you up for a draw, that is your biggest rival. Aside from Haiti in the Caribbean, Trinidad is your biggest rival. Yes, even if he set you up for a draw. McLaren don't understand the rivalry. McLaren didn't even understand CONCACAF football, much less to understand the rivalry between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. So you yourself as players should have taken upon yourselves to get over the line, to lock in and get over the line. If it's just one or two players that's locking in, not good enough. We saw, I believe it was in the game against Curacao, of just how desperate our captain looked on the field of play, putting his heart into it. It's not the first time we've seen Andre Blake play like that. You can see his heart going into it. You feel for him. You feel for him. But not enough people are locking in. And I'm not going to be making excuses. I'm not making excuses for no one. I said it before, a complete overall is needed. We need a overall. We need a complete overall. You're saying you want me to give you the number. You can't see the number on the screen. Hold on, let me just check my system as well to make sure everything is working. Should be working properly. So you should be doing a +44. So you can do a +44 7301 8. So I don't even know my own number. 380721. Let's read that to you again. It's a +44 7301 38021. You gotta do +44 and add me on WhatsApp. All right. If you give me a missed call, I should be able to call you back. All right. Peter Mystic, I've never spoken to you never ever chatted with you. You say you watch the show and you tune in every now and then. Some gates, based on the fact that you want to call in, clearly I've said something that triggers a reaction from you. So I'll wait and see if you can jump on the phone lines. Hopefully it works for you. It wasn't working for Richard. I'm not really sure why it wasn't working for him. It worked the last time out for Panda Farm and more. So I don't really know. My system is saying that the voice levels are going up and down, and that's an indication that it's working as it should. But sometimes technology kind of fails you, doesn't it? Sometimes that's kind of out of your control. So, Peter Mystic, let me read that one to you again, because maybe you might be having a little bit of a problem throwing it into the shirt. Or sometimes you guys can't get me for some reason. So that is +44. Is it easier for me to just do this? Why am I being silly? Let's just do. I'm gonna drop the number in the comment section for you, okay? Before I love you and leave you, let me drop this one in the comment section for you. 731 38 380 721. So you can go ahead and dial this one as it is, right? Or just copy it. Just go ahead and copy the number and phone in. Let me hear your opinion. And you already know the rules. Keep it respectful for myself, the guys in the comment section, and also for the on tonight's show will be the people on screen, and if there's any other players there that you guys want to talk about. But Yeah, I am. It's not that I'm in total disbelief. I feel like I go understand before putting on the journalism hat. Fan first. I'm a fan. I'm a fan first. First and foremost, I'm a fan. And a man's supposed to be a man. A man's supposed to let his cojones hang. And if the reggae girls can do it with less backing, the last time I checked, they don't have wings. They're not flying with wings on their on their backs. They take planes just like the reggae boys. The ball is round. There shall be no excuses for them. None whatsoever. I will not be making no excuses for them. You're not showing up. I'm not making no excuses for you. There is the number on the screen. Hopefully you can read that one clearly, okay? If you can't, then I don't know what to tell you, but again, if you're trying to reach me, make sure you do so with a +44. All right. I feel like I'm almost at a point where I just give up on the men's team. Yeah, I feel like I'm just at a point where it's just like I feel to just give up because I'm so tired of the disappointment. Like the disappointment for me is just it's too much. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like that, but the disappointment just feels too much to the point where I'm just like, I just can't keep backing this team because they're just going to fail again and again and again. So I feel like I'm just at a point where I'm just like, you know what? Until I see some changes, I can't be emotionally um invested in this team. Just kind of have to just say it is what it is. You're not going to deliver and just go and mind my business. But don't know, maybe I'm the only one that feels like that. Again, Peter Mystic, what's going on? I'm trying to see if you can phone in. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you're experiencing any issues. If you are, let me know if you're experiencing any issues, all right? Let me know if you're experiencing any issues. Maybe there is something there that I needed to do my end. If you can't find me on WhatsApp, I'm not really sure why that is because I've done everything I can to make sure that you find me on WhatsApp. So if you can't find me on WhatsApp, there isn't really much I can do to help you. So let's go ahead. Marcus Garvey, big ups to you, Marcus Garvey. Marcus was saying he can't hear. Yeah, Richard left a long time ago. I'm not really sure why you guys couldn't hear him. GBMS. I think you left a comment on one of my videos recently, and I'm pretty sure I got back to you, right? Apologies if I didn't, but I think you left a comment on a video of mine recently. As like I said, I'm pretty sure I responded to you. So DC was saying that the reception wasn't clear. I don't know. I don't know. I think Richard, I'm pretty sure he called me on WhatsApp. I don't think he called me straight. And I think even if he did call me straight, it shouldn't really matter. So we did call each other on WhatsApp. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but I do apologize, all right? Just waiting to see if Peter Mystic gets through. If not, I'm going to love you and leave you guys in a few. Uh, Unity Cop wanted the reggae girls to play. Listen, I don't know. I just saw a comment from DC. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. To be honest, I've definitely put the men's program aside for a while. The sad thing is, I have done it before, and it was after being drawn in with the reggae girls. I stayed following the men's team again. I think I'm done with the men's team. I can't be bothered. Like I got a lot on my plate. I can't be backing something that's always going to disappoint me, and I'm not one for excuses. If the women can do it, so can you. If they are, I don't want to go for another cycle with the same set of players with the same set of indiscipline because we know by now president isn't going to be walking away. I think it's safe to say we know that there's not going to be an overhaul, an administrative overhaul. I can't do this. I honestly I cannot do this. I can't do it. Same set of disappointment over and over again. I cannot do it. I'm not telling you guys not to back them. By all means, back them if you must, but I cannot do it. It's too much. So I don't know if Peter Mystic can get in. I don't know if he got Hope you're not feeling nervous to call in because I'm sat here waiting on you. I'll probably give you another 5 minutes. If not, I'm going to have to love you and leave you because I've already given you guys my opinion. So I don't really need to sit here. I will call back another time. My hands are full here. I think you're running away here, Peter Mystic. I think you're running away. But he said sorry, so we can't hold it against him. He said sorry. All right, but I think he's running away, guys. So whatever the reason is, he's deciding not to call in. Again, I do apologize if the technical difficulties where Rich for Sport is concerned. I haven't got a Scooby what happened. I don't know why you guys couldn't hear him. All I can do is apologize for the technical difficulty. Let's see if there's anything there that I need to address with you guys in the comment section. Haven't seen you on my channel before, or have I? I don't know. If you've been here before, I do apologize, but your name looks new to me. Looks completely new to myself, but big ups to you in the comment section. Oh, yes, please. I forgot to say something. Please do make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Street Drive. They are basically, I'm sure you've been over to his channel before. Puts out some wonderful content on Jamaican football. He also every now and then talks about the Trinidad national team as well. So basically, Caribbean football. Jamaica Red Devil, big up yourself. Michael Brown, big up yourself. I hope you're in good health. Hope all of you guys there are in good health. Man from Portland, big ups to you. I hope you are in good health. You're talking about upcoming series games, Panama. The more football, the better. Football supposed to be therapy, but right now therapy is kind of shaky where the men's team is concerned. But I'm at the point where, as I said, I've done it before. Where when it comes to match day and the build up, give them my backing. Even if sometimes I don't wholeheartedly believe it, I still try to put some good energy out there. But I can't keep on doing this. I just keep on lying to myself, isn't it? DC, fully understand what you're saying. Reggae Girls is the national football team reps. They're making the country respectable. Exactly. There shall be, for me, there shall be no excuses for for this men's team. I said it, and I'm not going to apologize for it. When it comes to clear difference between these two teams, one locks in, the other clocks in. And where we have already discussed where the Jamaica Football Federation stands in all of this, and also the management. I'm not here to make excuses for them. I'm not going to make excuses for the men's teams. Never make excuses. The fact that your female counterparts are treated inferior to yourself, because it's clear that one is superior and one is inferior in the eyes of some. In the eyes of some. I'm not making no excuses for you. I'm not making no, and I shouldn't have to say, oh, I'm not talking about this player and that player. That it's quite obvious. If you follow Jamaica football religiously, you know exactly what I am talking about. You know exactly what I'm trying to, and that is one of the problems that we keep on. Some of us try to shield incompetence and mediocrity. People try to shield that, try to brush it under the table, try to brush it under the carpet. We can't keep on doing it. Can't keep on making excuses for ourselves. Esapi is saying you always come with the relevant topics on Jamaica football. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Very kind of you. Bunny has shone at club level, yet so at the World Cup level, the clocking in is a little grey or harsh. Perhaps speak the Reggae Boys tried. Reggae Boys tried, but that's all. Try. You didn't try. You didn't try hard enough. You didn't try hard enough. This is your easiest World Cup qualification ever. Easiest. And we sit here time and time again, and it's the same issues over and over again. I'm not going to be looking at people and talking about indiscipline. How are you locking in when you're indisciplined? Where's the locking in when you're indisciplined? Where's the locking in when you choose social life over locking in and committing for your country? You're not locking in. You are not locking in. So, respectfully, we all are entitled to our opinion. That's your opinion. I appreciate your opinion, but I'm not buying into all this try, 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 try. Maybe you're right. Maybe they did try, but maybe it's a case of you're just not good enough. Maybe your trying isn't of the required level. So then give the trying to someone else. Give the trying to someone else. How many times have we've been trying since 98? And it took a woman from a non-footballing background. Unless I'm living under a bloody rock, Shadella doesn't come from a footballing background. It took a woman from a non-footballing background to uplift the nation. And like I said, the work that she did is still present. All this trying. You try, you're in the wrong sports then. This is not the thing where you try and a point goes on the board. Nah. We need more than that. We need more than that. So I'm not buying all this trying bull crap. It's the same nonsense since 98. It's the same nonsense since 98. Some of us just came into the world. Some of us just came in. Think about that. How old was the Reggae Girls in 1998? The trailblazing squad of 2019. How old were they? Put that into context when people want to make excuses for the men's team. Put that into context. How old were they? Well, come into the world, go through teenage years, big woman, qualify their country for back-to-back World Cup, now looking at a third. Possibly they'll still be around for a fourth. After that, you're talking about retirement in between and still. And we're here making excuses for the men's team. Spare me. Try isn't good enough. We should have standards, says Knight Rider. And listen, maybe me and you are singing from the same hymn sheet here, but all that trying nonsense don't cut with me. I'm not buying that. That's a weak argument. I'm not having that. It's been the same since 1998. Fact of the matter, a overall is needed. A overall is needed from top to bottom. From top to bottom where the JFF is concerned and also where the players are concerned. And as I said, am I saying to get rid of every single player? Don't be silly. Of course not. Of course not. There's a few players there that we need for the next World Cup cycle and the one after that. But we also need to move on from some of these dead weights. We need to move on. Enough is enough now. We need to move on. But there is still a World Cup to look forward to. There is still a World Cup to look forward to. And it is going to be kicking off on June 11th. Mexico taking on South Africa. So we're going to be spoiled for choices where the World Cup is concerned. Yes, so we can look forward to something. I know some of you have your second countries and so on. The majority of the reggae boys surely wanted to create history, and some not proud to represent and go to the well for the land they love. It's a puzzle. Yeah, I'm thinking of you hit the nail on the head there. Definitely hit the nail on the head. But yeah, I don't think I can go for another cycle with the same old nonsense. I can't go through the same cycle with the same old nonsense. By all means, if you guys want to do it, you can. But if we're looking at the same set of players, I have to politely decline with that one. I definitely have to politely decline with that one, and we can't keep on shielding poor performance and making excuses, talking about they have to travel. Everybody has to travel. It's part of football. If you're going to be saying that the reason why you don't qualify is because you're jet lag, I'm not having that. I know you're a human being. I know you're traveling, but again, your female counterparts are treated worse than you. And I'm not saying that because then you should just accept that. No, I'm saying let your cojones hang. Man up. Let the cojones hang and qualify for something. Make your nation proud. The amount of support that the reggae boys get is you can't even compare it. It's at different levels from the federation through everything, even where the fan base is concerned. Reggae Girls should have had a sold out stadium at the national office by now. The reggae boys got it though, and they still wet the bed. Questions of loyalty, heart, who is born where the women don't just have these issues. They want to represent and win, and they come together as a team. Period. Period. No. Oh no, I've got to travel. None of that. Want to hear nothing about you hit the goal post and you do this and you do that. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. We've seen time and time again where there's a difference in heart where this, and it's so funny that you say this, DC, about the heart of the women's team, because isn't it funny how some fans say that they always try to, not all, again I say some fans try to pin the blame on the players from the diaspora, talking about they just don't get what it means to be Jamaicans, but majority of the women's team are born in the diaspora, and they get it, they understand it. They are, for me, they are Jamaicans. They are as Jamaican as people born in Jamaica. They get it. They get it. So this whole because that you want to try something new and you think you can qualify for a World Cup without diaspora born players, with the indiscipline of Jamaican born players. You better bloody well be careful what you wish for. You better be careful what you wish for, because you might have to find the nearest hospital and admit it. And when you admit it, you just have to admit that you were wrong. You were wrong. If you think we can qualify for a World Cup where the men's team is concerned without players from the diaspora being involved, you have a rude awakening coming in. You're going to be, I think, 30-year wait long. Remove the diaspora players from that program and see just how long. You're going to be waiting 100 years to qualify for a World Cup. And those are the conversations that people don't want to have, because they're just in complete denial. Complete denial. That's why we're just not going nowhere. Just complete denial. Just so frustrating. But yeah, first some questions my way. Johnny Powell, big ups to yourself. I hope you're in great health. I hope you are in great health. Hope everything's good your end. What are you saying to me, Owen? You're saying should a unity should a unity let's see, why can't I see your comment? So unity versus union include a showcase for Jamaica JPL hungry talented players. The thing is they may not be our best, but them hungry for succeed. Reason boss here. How many reason boss do we have? How many reason boss? Who's the original reason boss? I'm not blocking no one's opportunity. I'm not against people getting opportunity. That's besides the point. You never know. You might see some players from the JPL. I know some people don't want players from the JPL being part of the national team, but I think we've seen in the last maybe 2 or 3 years that the you can find some players from the JPL that definitely deserve to play for the national team. King is an example of that. Richard King is an example. Warner Brown is another example. For me, if you're good enough to play, you should play. If you're good enough to play, you should play. It doesn't matter what league you play in. If you're good enough to play, you should be given the chance to represent your national team. And I like Warner Brown, and I can't wait to see more of him. I like him. I can't wait to see more of him, and that's one of the reasons why I want a shake up with this national team, because I don't want bad environments and toxicity to rub off on players like a Warner Brown, or rub off on players like a Bailey Tai Kadamateri, or even the new boys that's coming into the team, irrespective of where you're from, where you're born, whether it's in the diaspora, born in Jamaica, or play wherever your football club is based. I don't want all that rotten DNA, rotten atmosphere rubbing off on you. So you know what they say about one rotten egg? It spoils the whole buns. Check out the Mimi interview. Wave podcast, San Diego Wave podcast. The way they asked her if she likes playing for Jamaica, and I don't know. Like, I'm obsessed with playing. I'm so proud of her. Yeah, she's Mimi, massive fan of Mimi, massive. Mimi's gotten her ass to be a real superstar. Definitely glad that she plays for us, and I'm looking forward to her partnership with her sister, Kiki. So I'm looking forward to Kiki and Mimi down the right hand side for Jamaica. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Rich Post Sports, why you not using your actual thing? Why are you trying to confuse me, Sir Rich? So Rich Post Sports says the reason boss who speaks this choppy phone line. You know what, Sir Rich? We might have to just redo this another time. Yeah, I think we just have to redo this another time, Sir Rich. I don't. You know what? You took so long to come on the show. The phone weren't agreeing with you, Sir Rich. The phone was just like, "What's Sir Rich talking about?" I'm not trying to hear that. Sir Rich, the phone weren't agreeing with you. I do apologize, and thank you so much for blessing me with your time. All right. And big ups to young Matt for allowing you to come onto the show. Okay. Love you both. Thank you so much for jumping on the show, Sir Rich. And sorry that the line was a bit shaky, like the men's national senior team that we support. Um, One Reach, I hope that the local programs for the girls will bear fruit, but it may take some time. Even then, you want the most qualified from all over and no toxic mentality. Says DC. Yes, I am feeling better. The weather is just mad at the moment. One minute it's hot, next minute it's cold. The other day I was seeing sleet. And like, what the hell is going on here? But that's just the British weather for you, innit? Thank you for asking. Johnny Powell says, yes, I'm just in my backyard doing some barbecue. All right, well, chef it up for both of us, eat for both of us. I've already had my dinner, kept it very simple rice and peas and fried chicken with a leafy salad. And I included apples in my leafy salad. Yes, you heard that right. So I included apple, like chopped it up, diced it up, and it tastes lovely. So you guys can go ahead and try that. So Rich Bro is saying phone. Huh? Not home technology. Hey, that one's gone way over my head there, Sir Rich. From what I've seen on the reggae girls, when they speak, they understand the exactly. They understand the assignment. They understand the assignment. Simple, qualified. And that's why I say, this team it shall not be just about qualifying. We need to now move. I can't even say we. I have no power. I'm powerless. Mr. Ricketts needs to move the needle. He needs to move the needle. It cannot just be about them qualifying. Move the needle. The same money. Some people I've seen people on social media are just like, you're wasting your money on stop wasting the money on the men's team and put it on the women's team. That's not my eyes fooling me. I have seen people say that on social media. Stop wasting the money on the men's team and put it into the women's team. People are fed up. Fed up. People are bloody fed up, and I'm fed up as well. I'm so bloody well fed up. Sounds like a taste to me. Yeah, it was lovely. Rice and peas, fried chicken, my little leafy salad. Again, I added what else? Sweet corn and also some sweet peppers. I do say it was rather delightful. It was a lovely little meal. Lovely little meal there. You see, I hope so, but I fear as the reggae girls get better and start winning trophies on the world scene, the local versus diaspora hype is going to be. I don't think that can, because again, this is why I'm saying locking in is broad. Locking in doesn't just come down to the players and the federal. Look at what the reggae girls program have done with regards to locking in. Right, we talk about locking in. You can see that they have a conveyor belt that is forever going. It's like at the airport, except this one never stop. So even when the people them at the airport gone at them yard, the conveyor belt is still going. Still going. You got players coming in. Busby probably have maybe 100 players in his talent pool. Right? He probably have 100 players in his talent pool. It's always going, always going, always going. Why that is? It's called forward planning. It's called being proactive. So that is part of locking in. For you to get the results, you got to do it on all fronts. You got to do it on all fronts. So the JFF need to match that. They need to match that locking in mentality where the women's team that the women's team have, and help them, give them the right tools. give them the equity that's going to allow them to challenge, that's going to allow them to put medals around their necks, because they do it for their clubs and they should be doing it for their national team. Simple. It's so simple. There's nothing there to argue with. It is so simple. It is so simple. But we're complicating it. We're complicating it and we're making excuses for people that don't even care about us. Some of those male players don't care about us. They don't care about the fans. They're not bothered. They could not care less. They could not care less. They don't care. It hurts my heart to think we're not gonna be at the World Cup night. I actually feel sad. I feel sad. Sometimes it disrupts my sleep. I kid you not. Sometimes it actually disrupts my sleep. Where I'm like, oh, we got one more game to play. Like, I'm not even making it up. I promise you. Like, sometimes I'm having bloody nightmares. Like, I can't believe we're actually not going to the World Cup. That's the easiest. You give a pathway like that to the reggae girls. They're eating that for breakfast all day long. They're not toying with their food. I'm not making excuses for these grown ass men. I'm not making excuses for you lot. They have to put their attention towards the fast. Did everyone see how YouTube football fans outside of Jamaica are loving the jerseys? JFF knows they're likely to sell out of jerseys in foreign. Yeah, because Jamaica is big. Jamaica big. Adidas, just two of the biggest brands in the world. Anyone want to mention? That's Rich Bowl. Okay. Elephant in the room from the reggae girls. There was that strike controversy is iconic. Imagine if the reggae boys had qualified, just unspeakable. You've lost me with that one. We're talking about the strike that the reggae girls did some after the 2023 World Cup. You need to add some meat to the bones of that one. As for the last part, if imagine if the reggae boys had qualified, just unspeakable. You're gonna remain unspeakable. And the only thing that you can do is truly imagine when it comes to the reggae boys and World Cup. Keep on imagining, and they will no doubt make you unspeakable. All right? Okay. Let's see. Marcus Garvey says Crystal know how football is supposed to be more than three of Jamaica men's. I see why reggae girls do better than reggae boys. The women know football better than the men. Sidela versus the entire JFM. You say that, Marcus Garvey. Don't shoot me. Listen, the Jamaica football space is misogynistic. Them 8 women like Kaiser. They are so heavily misogynistic. But I want to tell you this, Marcus Garvey, you can verify it with the great man, Paul Bogle himself. Only Paul Bogle himself. You're gonna have to verify this, Marcus Garvey. Only Paul Bogle himself can tell me, say, another reggae boys make Paul Bogle kiss him teeth and come down off his statue out of Marant Day. Because of the way the man them keep on a let we down. Only Paul Bogle himself can tell me stand and the reggae boys make him kissing teeth and come down off his statue. So you're going to have to verify that for me, Marcus Garvey, because it is my belief that because of them make the man come down off his statue, kiss him teeth, walk on. I know them can't find Marcus Garvey, not Marcus Garvey, Paul Bogle. Urban Center open, and them couldn't even bring him out. They've got to take a couple picture. Man, what we're gone because of the reggae boys, in my belief. Verify that for me, Marcus Garvey. You want them, my friend. The good book says to forgive 77 times. Love and understanding could be. You know what, Sir Rich? You're a wind-up merchant. I love you to bits, but you're winding me up. It's all well and good you saying this when you support Brazil, and I know you support England in your heart of heart. So you're good. You're at the Men's World Cup. You're at the Men's World Cup. You ain't got nothing. You're probably writing this with a cup of tea in your hand, with your mug in your hand and your little teddy next to you. So you're good. This doesn't bother you, Sir Rich. This does not bother you because your country already qualified for the World Cup. So you're all right. You're all right. Football fans who are not even Jamaicans are disappointed, Crystal. I've been hearing it here. I mean, pain. pain in every language. Yes, the strike, as you said. What about the strike? Look, I don't know what you're asking me, but in terms of the Reggae Girl strike, they did what they had to do. They did what they had to do. I'm not mad at them. They had to. If they felt that that was something they needed to do, and they stood on business. Then one thing for certain, you can't police people's response. When people have had enough, you can't police their response. When people feel like they've been provoked to a point of no return, you cannot police their response. I am in the US, bought the jerseys and tickets for the Costa Rica match already. We support all things Jamaica always. So you're going to be going to the Costa Rica match, Jamaica versus Costa Rica. DC is saying I agree with you, Marcus Makayavi. People don't want to give Sedella credit on being a truly effective strategist. She went to the ends to get the Reggae Girls to the World Cup twice. Because she's a woman. Because and Jamaica football, I don't care if they get upset with me, and I'm not even talking about the Jamaica Football Federation. I'm talking about our community. Let's get that correct. People like to hear what they want to hear. Our community is misogynistic. They don't like women. They can't stand women. So they're not going to give her the credit that they deserve. They don't like women. They don't like or appreciate women. One thing for certain, you cannot argue with facts. Facts are facts. Whether you like it or not, you can't argue with it. If you guys have any questions, throw them my way. For I love you. I said I was gonna love you and leave you like maybe 20 minutes ago. Said I'm gonna give you guys 5 more minutes. So yeah, so throw some questions my way. My phone was not feeling what Sir Rich was saying earlier on. Sir Rich came as the op. He was moving like a Tottenham fan. He came as the op. He was trying to defend the team that don't even need to be defended. But he's all right because his team, Brazil and England, are going to the World Cup. So he's good. Before Sidella Mali, JFF cancelled women's football. That is in history. Like I said, you have a woman came on board from a non-footballing background. Non-footballing background. And people want to make excuses. Really? Really? And she never kicked a ball to qualify Jamaica for the World Cup. She never stood between the sticks in a penalty shootout for Jamaica. The team did that. And what to make matters worse, a young and inexperienced reggae girls did that. We had a teenage Jodie Brown. Don't get me vexed. We had a teenage Jodie Brown, sweet 16. We had girls, literally girls, young adults making history. Grown ass men can't do the same. I'm not making excuses for you lot. You're having a bloody laugh. I'm not making excuses. One of them put the funds towards the girls. I've heard people, I swear to you, I'm not even trying to make the team look good. I've heard people on socials say, put the money into the women's team. Literally, I've heard people with their chest say, just take all that money and support and put it into the women's team. I kid you not. Oh, I remember Marcus Garvey. I definitely remember. Big up Sedella. Props to what she did for the girls program. Cosmetic is saying Sedella has proven to be the blessing. So I'm saying to you from the bit that just is so funny in all of this is you're talking about someone from a non-footballing background. From a non-footballing background. That's not funny, and if that don't tell you what you need to know, then I don't know what to tell you, my friend. I really don't know what to tell you. Everton, big up to yourself. It says big up the reggae girls. Big ups to you. I know what you guys want me to talk about before I close off on the show. I'm actually enjoying my show with you guys. I was supposed to do this for 30 minutes. All right, let's say 30 minutes max. Right. I've already gone over 1 hour and a half, which was always going to be my max, but I'll probably stay for an extra half an hour because I haven't streamed this whole week for you guys. So we can stay a little while longer. I do need to talk about Bonnie Shaw as well, innit? We need to talk about Bonnie Shaw, right? What we're saying about Bunny Shaw, what do you guys think will happen with Bunny Shaw? Thing I haven't heard from my City fans. Rochelle, where are you? Panda Farm and more, where are you? They're not happy bunnies, in it. They're upset. I know. I feel it in my bones. Poor thing. They're upset. They're upset. They don't know if Bunny's staying or if Bunny's going. There's so much talks about her. I'm not going to argue with no one that don't agree that she is the greatest player to represent Jamaica. I don't see people do disagree with that, but I think that just comes from misogyny because no disrespect to the legends that came before, but when you're talking about Bunny Shaw, when people talk about Bunny Shaw, right? Especially people in this country, I'm trying to see if I can find something to bring up for you guys. When they talk about Bunny Shaw, they talk about Bunny Shaw with other football greats. They talk about Bunny with other football greats, right? I notice when others talk about the greatest to represent Jamaica, you're just talking about them within Jamaica. So how can you tell me? How can you convince me that they are better than Bunny Shaw? No disrespect to them. No disrespect to them. No disrespect to them, but there is levels to this. There is levels to this. And it doesn't matter, not because she's a woman, that doesn't mean that she isn't the best. Now, you lot, this is why you lot deserve what you get where the men's team is concerned and where the JFF are concerned, because that's what you guys want. Just men, men, men. You guys don't like, respect, or appreciate women. A lot of them really don't respect the women. I've seen some dinosaurs disagreeing with women participating in contact sports. Listen, the Jamaica football space really shocked me. I didn't realize just how misogynistic they were until I jump on other people's platform. I'm like, yeah, never again. Never again. Definitely misogynistic, which is shocking, given the fact that Jamaica is one of the few countries in the world where you're guaranteed to see a woman in power. When you talk about like the education system, and so on, you're guaranteed to see a woman in power. So I don't know where the misogyny comes from. I don't really know where the misogyny comes from when it comes to football. It don't really make sense. But they're weird. They're a weird bunch. St. Thomas native, big up yourself. Big ups to you. I've said that already. Marcus, JFF like to take credit for the reggae girls going, saying that they are the president. Are they cancel women football? I see hypocrisy is clear. Says Marcus Garvey. Bonnie is the greatest, full stop. They are using club versus national performance as a battering ram against Bonnie without considering the caliber of coaching. Well, either which way they look at it, there's still no argument. The argument is void. The argument is void. There is still no arguments. Whether they want to talk about the national team, whichever level you look at it, she's still better than your favorites. She's done more. She's done more than your favorites. The reason why they don't want to give her the credit that she deserves is because she's a woman. And a woman can't be the greatest of all time when it comes to football. But like it or not, she is. Like it or not, she is. If the funds are taken away from the reggae boys, how will this impact on the diaspora players who want to join a squad on the up? The approach attitude wouldn't attract. Come on now, folks. Obviously, they're not talking about taking the entire funding away from the men's team and putting it into the women's team. Can't speak for the guys in the comment section, but I think what they're saying is invest more in the women's team in the way that you do with the men's team. That's, I believe, is what they're saying in the comments section. Yes, a lot more friendlies for the Reggae Girls European and African team. Think you guys know how I feel about African teams. I do want Zambia at some point. I want to play against Zambia. Really want the Reggae Girls to play against Zambia at some point. Onish Shaw showed them how to do it, but them afraid to give women their credit because they're sexist pigs. That's what they are. And that's just putting it politely. All right, so while we're talking about Bunny Shaw, right, still waiting to see what happens where her contract is concerned. The latest to chime in is Ellen White. Now she spoke recently about Bunny Shaw's potential departure from the sorry, from the my brain is going foggy again here, guys, from Manchester City. I don't know why I'm struggling to think of. I've been streaming for too long. I'm gonna try and see if I can get that up so we can listen to Ellen White. I was a little bit sad when Ellen White retired, and also when we're talking about Bunny. Of course, we saw that she became the first player to score 20 or more league goals in 3 different WSL campaigns. I think if we sat here and tried to do a show and Bonnie, we're gonna be here all day long. So it's not something that I think I'll ever attempt. I don't think I have the time to try and get that out the way. But let's go ahead and see if I can find that interview there with Ellen White talking about Bonnie Shaw. And this one was over on from BBC Live Sports. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can listen to this one. If you can't hear it, let me know in the comment section. I think I might have to mute my mic. So I'm going to bring it up on screen. And again, don't be nice. If you guys can't hear it, let me know, because obviously I won't be able to tell if you guys can't hear it. So see if we can bring this up on screen. Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. Wow. All right, let's bring that up on screen for you guys. Man United fans are hiding from me. I don't bloody well buy it. Why are you not hiding? Don't hide.
Why?
Alright. So I'm gonna mute my screen, my background, I should say, mute my mic so that you guys can hear Ellen White. If you can't hear her, let me know in the comment section, all right?
Giving her what she deserves.
The frustrating thing for City fans, because they will just want to enjoy the fact that they're going to an FA Cup final and have won the league, is that everyone is going to be talking for the next few weeks about Bunny Shaw.
For Bunny, she has to do what feels right for her and where she feels most valued and loved and believed in, and she's getting what she deserves. You're saying there that she's, had the golden boot pretty much for the last 3 seasons. How do you not give a striker that is proven has the amount of goal contributions she does in the WSL? When she's been in the Champions League, she's scored goals as well. Why are you not giving her what she deserves? I'm baffled how Man City have let it go on for so long and not kind of nailed down her contract. And then if they aren't able to give her what she deserves and get her to sign her contract, that you would then allow her and to go to a rival like Chelsea is baffling.
To be honest, this goes all the way back to 2016 for me when we did win it. Honestly, even as early as celebrations, I remember thinking, it's hard enough to win it. The hardest thing to do is to win it again, back to back. And what you need to do is reinvest. And then we saw players like Lucy Bronze leave, Kira Walsh leave, because they were offered better opportunities elsewhere. These are the...
Can you guys hear it? Or was that complete on mute? Do I need to unmute it? Let me know in the comment section if you guys can hear it, because I feel like you guys couldn't hear it and you're just not telling me. So do let me know if you guys couldn't hear it, all right? DC, someone in the comment section, let me know if you guys can hear that, or if I need to play it again. Could you guys hear it? You guys are playing with me. No one is communicating with me. I gotta put this back. I don't know if you guys could hear it or not. All right, I'm gonna go back and play it again because I don't know if you guys could hear it, but I'm gonna mute myself and play it again. I'm assuming you guys can because you weren't complaining.
The moments that Man City need to be like, we need to reinvest into Bunny Shaw and keep her there.
If you're letting Bunny Shaw go, who is coming in to replace her, and what is your ambition as a club? Do you want to continue to win titles, and who is going to score the amount of goals that she does season on season? Are they currently in the WSL? I don't know. Are they elsewhere in Europe, or are they in America? Are they worldwide? But they're not proven in the WSL. That who can come into that Man City team and do what Bunny has done for so long, for the last 5 seasons.
Being completely realistic, how many other Bunny Shaws are there in world football?
Profile wise, 1 or 2 maybe. But you've got to go maybe to the NWSL. Jen might know more than me about maybe Banda or Chawinga maybe.
Very, very few, to answer your question, can do what
Mm.
Bunny Shaw does, even with their feet, with their head, everything. Like small margins of top strikers, you're potentially leaving a title-winning team and going to a rival is a storyline no Man City fan wants to be seeing.
And that, my friend, is another reminder why I want Zambia. Please, football gods. I can't even say football gods. JFF, please, for the love of God, just bring me Zambia. Bring me Zambia before we play. Must be an official FIFA window coming up before we play against Costa Rica. Bring me Zambia. We're not going to play against them, are we? We're not going to play against them, but okay. Maybe I'm being a little bit too pushy. All right, so just give me Zambia after we qualify for the World Cup. So when we qualify for the World Cup, give me Zambia, because obviously we're going to be playing against we're going to be going to Panama for in June. I don't know if there's anyone available. The girl's gonna be going to Panama. They will face Panama in 2 international friendlies, June 8th, June 5th and June 8th. Right. So, and I'm assuming, I think someone was talking about style of play. That's probably why maybe Busby had an input in that one. Maybe he had an input in that one. Say, you're saying other countries like Costa Rica, those are already scheduled to play in the CAC games, Colombia, Mexico, and upcoming friendlies with Panama. There's Cosmic Reach. So you guys heard that one day with Ellen White. I think the whole entire football world is baffled. I'm sorry, but no player that's represented Jamaica, I've never heard football world speak about them in the same breath that the football world speak about Bunny Shaw. And these sexist pig want me to believe that there's a Jamaican player that is better or was better than Bunny Shaw, bigger than Bunny Shaw. You must be joking. You must be having a little giggle. You're a stand-up comedian. You can't be serious. None. No pass, no disrespect to nobody, but not better than Bunny Shaw. Not better than Bunny Shaw. As I said, when you talk about her, you're talking about her in the same breath as household names. They're struggling. Pros. You have to laugh. Pros are struggling to come up with names better than her. And as in, who is going to replace her? They're struggling. Don't know why Manchester City don't feel like they wouldn't struggle. And maybe it's just all to get people talking, and perhaps they're just going to just say, you know what? There you go. Put pen to paper. That is what you want. Read the contract and let's move forward. And because to give Chelsea Bunny Shaw, can't even finish my sentence because that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. You finally managed to dethrone them. You're finally champions of England once more, first time in a decade. You hand them back that title again. And if you do so, they're gonna keep holding on to it. And if you do so, guess what? They may even go on to win the Champions League before City if they keep on playing about like that. There's a club there that we discussed before, right? There's a club here that we discussed before. I remember, I think it was, who did I discuss this with? Might have been Panda Farm and more. Right? We discussed them before, and does everyone, I'm not saying, by the way, this has nothing to do with Bunny Shaw. How does everyone feel about London City Lionesses? The plan is clear in terms of what they're trying to achieve, isn't it? I think the latest player to be linked with them is former Manchester United, former England goalkeeper Mary Earps. She's the latest player there to be linked with them. Let's see if we can get that up. can kind of see here that currently she's edging closer to a return to the Women's Super League. Next to an exit from PSG nears, and London City Lionesses showing interest and keen, but no agreement reached. I mean, we know about the relationship with PSG and London City Lionesses, hence what we've seen with their former captain and so on. Where PSG is concerned, so that one shouldn't even come as a surprise. Players leaving PSG to go to London City Lionesses shouldn't really come as a surprise when you know about the background stuff and what you know in terms of we follow football religiously. That is. Knight Rider, can't bring that one up. I can't bring that. You know, it's so funny that I spoke about the fact that a player like Bunny Shaw has to be twice as good. You know, sometimes, even sometimes, more time it does feel like we have to be twice as good, right? We have to be twice as good, and even then, it's not good enough. So, like I said, you know, go where you're wanted, not where you're tolerated in life. Go where you're wanted. Kick rocks before rocks kick you. I think I've said this before as it relates to the Ballon d'Or. Like, I'm just taken aback that we've not seen a black woman as the Ballon d'Or winners. I think that's gonna be the young Haitian. What a thing if she actually did that, but I still feel like based on what we've seen, obviously we know what Leon's done with in the league, and they're in the Champions League final as well. If we saw a young Haitian sister, you know, winning Ballon d'Or. You look at that Ballon d'Or list in your own time. We already discussed the fact that we don't have a black woman as a Ballon d'Or winner. I'm still taken aback that Wendy Renard name isn't on there. See, you have to be twice as good. Sometimes 3 times it's good. The game's the game, isn't it? Marcus Garvey says Jamaica Bunny is the greatest player in Jamaica history. No one close to that. Sit down close to take that to the bank. Michelle Lang not playing around. No, she is not. Well, she stepped away from the national team. I think you're probably getting it confused. She stepped away from the national team. Yeah, so she stepped away from England. I think we spoke about England and Mary at not at length, but very briefly. We spoke about what happened there with Mary and England. Like I said, we didn't go into that extensively, but we definitely spoke about that. She stepped aside. I think she actually stepped aside. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it days or weeks before they England sat out to, maybe days is being a bit extreme, sat out to retain their European crown. Obviously, they went out, they challenged, and they retained their crown. Wasn't it like weeks before the tournament kicked off? I got about 9 more minutes of you guys, and then I'm gonna love you and leave you because 2 hours is a lot in it. So I got to love you and leave you in 9 minutes time. Um. So yeah, thank you to those of you who hit the like button. Big ups to you guys each and every time. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys can call in next time round. I think Jennifer said next time round she will call in. And hopefully Peter Mystic, I have you down as calling. I'm pretty sure you owe me a call in. I'm pretty sure you owe me a call in. Don't think I forgot. I know you owe me a call in, so don't even think for a second that I forgot, because I haven't. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Why am I? What's going on with my live? I don't know why it's doing that, but all right, let's see what you guys are saying down there in the comment section before I love you and leave you. No, she's not. She's with PSG. I think you're probably confusing yourself there. So remember, she left Man United and went to PSG in 2024. So there's a based on the report, it's looking like she might be making an exit from PSG and going to London City Lionesses. Right. So yeah, that is that. So she hasn't retired. She's still active where club football is concerned. Where club football is concerned, she's very much active. All right, so I got about 7 more minutes with you guys, and then I'm gonna love you and leave you. If you guys want me to discuss any topics, please do let me know, and I will go ahead and do so. And yeah, plenty of football coming up. It's a big week of football to come. Oh my God, I am dreading it. I am absolutely dreading it. Sweating buckets. Lord help me. Please, football gods, I am begging you, just give me what I want. Just give me what I want. Please just take my team over the line. 2 wins. 2 wins is all I'm asking for right now where the league title is concerned. 2 wins is all I am asking for. Please take us over the line. Please, I am begging you, just take us over the line. And before I forget my manners, massive thank you to those of you who tuned in. Massive thank you to those of you who hit the like button. I don't know, you guys showed some love to the last live stream. Showed a lot of love to the last live stream. So thank you for that. Even after I closed off, people were still watching the show. So thank you for that. Bunny Run. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. All right, I got about 6 more minutes with you guys. So throw something my way. If you guys want me to touch on something before I close off, throw it my way, all right? Fully agree, Bunny easily the best footballer out of Jamaica. I think anyone with common sense can agree on that, but unfortunately, common sense isn't common, especially in this Jamaica football community. You got the little sexist pigs everywhere you go, left, right, and center. They're just wrong and strong. But that's a them problem, not our problem. So it is what it is. Think that might be it. Maybe I don't need to take this one to 2 hours. What you guys saying? I don't need to take it to 2 hours. I got about 1 hour and 55 minutes so far. Or maybe I said I was gonna talk with you guys for what? For half an hour. Gone over way over half an hour. I think I've already touched on all my comment section as well, right? If I didn't bring up your comments, maybe you guys asked something and I didn't see it. I do apologize. Sometimes it is difficult to see every single comment, to bring up every single comment. All right, it's not intentional, so I do apologize if someone said something and I missed it. All right, I'm gonna close off in a few. Think you guys are done with me in the comment section, yeah? Give you guys a couple more minutes to throw your questions in, or maybe you want me to talk about a topic on my next live stream, a specific topic on my next live stream. Do let me know in the comment section. It's what just gone past 11. Is anyone streaming? I don't know if any other lads are gonna be going live. I don't know if any other lads are gonna be doing a live stream. I don't know. I don't think 4-2 is gonna go live tonight, guys. So you don't have to watch out for him because I think 4-2 is gonna be replenishing his kitchen. He's probably chopping up his vegetables, already done his housework, setting out his what do you want to call it, meal prep. Setting up his meal prep for the week ahead. So I don't think you're seeing 4-2 today, guys. Maybe tomorrow. 4-2 probably gonna be waiting on Arsenal versus Burnley. God forbid if Arsenal slip up, then he will go live. And then, if Manchester City does him a little favor on Tuesday, then he'll go live again. But you're not seeing 4-2 tonight. Definitely not. And Burnley tomorrow. What you saying? What you saying, What's that supposed to mean, What you trying to say, Yes, I know we're playing against Burnley tomorrow. Hopefully my team can go ahead and get the job done. 2 more wins. And finally I can celebrate. But I'm not celebrating just yet. Not celebrating just yet. I need 2 more wins and then I can be happy. Until that day comes, I just have to stay focused and try to stay calm, right? Closing off in less than 2 minutes before I forget my manners. Thank you to those of you who tuned into the show. I definitely appreciate you guys each and every time. If you're making your way home from work or to work, whatever it is, maybe you're out shaking a leg, whatever, I do hope that you arrive at your destination to and from safe and unharmed, because doing so is an underrated blessing. And if I don't see you during the week, I do hope that you have a fantastic week. If I don't see you in a week's time, let's not even think like that. Let's just not even think like that. Let's just hope that you will be seeing me in a week's time. But if in case, I do hope that you have a smashing brand new week. Enjoy the new week ahead. Make sure you hit all your targets. And when they say Friday is the new Thursday. No, Thursday is the new Friday. My apologies, confusion there. Thursday is the new Friday. So when your Thursday comes, shake a leg, let your hair down, enjoy. Why I feel the Gooners shy to pre. You're not going to rope me in. You're not going to do what elite does and try to make me celebrate something that I haven't even achieved. How am I going to celebrate something that I haven't even secured? We haven't won the league yet, so I have nothing to celebrate. We're 6 points away from doing so safely in our hands. 2 games away from doing so safely in our hands. So there's nothing there for me to celebrate. I'll be a fool to celebrate right now. So yeah, nothing for me to celebrate. DC, good night to yourself. Good night to yourself. I'm going to love you and leave you. If you've not hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. If you're watching this one back on replay, do let me know. What do you think of the show? Let me know your comments in the comment section. But I'm holding firm in my belief. It's quite clear and obvious. One team locks in, the other team clocks in, and that goes from top to bottom. I'll say again, we need a complete overhaul from top to bottom. All right. And if you watch the Reggae Boys religiously, you don't need me spelling it out to you, because you know where the changes are needed. You know that it doesn't mean that we need to get rid of every single Reggae Boy. Let's just go ahead and do the necessary, because I, for one, I am tired of being disappointed. I'm tired and I want some happiness. Now, I don't know who is going to go live later on. Maybe someone will go live. Let me just double check again, because I don't think anyone's actually doing a live stream for you guys to tune in. Yeah, it looks pretty quiet. Yes, sir. Maybe someone will go live later on, but right now I can't see no one. Check that. See no one live right now, so yeah, no one's live right now, guys. You just have to sit tight. Someone will be live. Maybe if not tonight, later on, then tomorrow. All right? Let the Greeners go, my cousins. You know what? I'm going to love you and leave you. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your night. If you've not hit that like button, please do go ahead and hit the like button. And with your new week, make sure you clock in and you also lock in. Don't do like some people. All right. We're not apologizing for having our opinion. Football is a game of opinion. Before journalism, before putting on my journalistic hat, I am a fan first. All right. Football is a game of opinions. So with your new week ahead, make sure you clock in and also make sure you lock in like the reggae girls them. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and love you and leave you, and you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Tarawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Let's go ahead and play that. Actually, I haven't played that in a long while. Let's go ahead and play that for you guys.
Lights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Shout Out the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
We built this out of love, out of pride, shining a light from the island to the diaspora to the world. A golden beacon of sports, music, and everything in between. The very best of Jamaica. We little, but we're Talawa.